Yo, 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 yo. What it do? What it do? This is all hell I knew. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely gonna take it. They're gonna give me for these 5 seconds.
Glory to her.
You already know. Like I say, it's all hell I knew. And when we say all, I hope we know. That means everywhere, right? Remember, I made this meme a while back. Yeah. All right. Let me get my brother conversation out of that. Bam. Right. Am I seeing things? When I put this image together, was I tripping, huh? You feel me? We could say it was speculation, you know, immediately. Yeah, this what we talking about. You feel me? When I say all hell I knew, do we understand that the culture's still kicking it like the ancient? You feel me? So if it was all hell I knew then, it's all hell I knew now. Insurance. But yeah, back to it. What we know as Carnival. Huh? You gotta think. Ain't this seemingly Native American culture an ancient culture? Hmm? Even this sign in his hand is the same symbol or the same sign that's on a petroglyph, in South America. What we call the Nazca lines. Yeah, there's a Nazca line like this emblem right here, showing you that that's how they rocking this what they do in that part of the world. But this is Sumeria. This is what you would call ancient Sumeria over here to the right, and this is South America on the left. Namely Brazil. Brazil is definitely big on this culture as far as the Carnival and the celebration. And what is that celebration called in ancient time? In Sumeria? Yeah, it's called Saturnalia. Yeah, something that a lot of people have a big problem with for some odd reason. As a matter of fact, let me look up Carnival right now. Matter of fact, Saturnalia. And read the definition to you. And then we can compare the two. Because I'm telling you, they are the two. These two are one. For sure. I appreciate all y'all in the building. Sister Gemini 9, Miss Morshell, Cherie Reed L, Miss Catherine, all y'all. Appreciate you. All right. And okay. Saturnalia is a festival or holiday in the honor of the god Saturn. Let me see what Palias is. But we already know that they're saying it's a wild festival. Like people who talk about Saturnalia like it's the worst thing ever. But I'm like, what do y'all think spring break? Like when we have our spring break festival, like what's the large difference? There's no large difference in that. We just don't have our culture. So we lost as far as having direction. Like, why would we have a celebration around spring break? Oh, because it feels good outside. That's the greatest thing we can come up with. As a matter of fact, we're finna get into a little bit of the history of this Carnival. Yep, I think I'm gonna throw my read on for y'all. Check the screen right quick. All right, appreciate that, Gemini. Yeah. So, with that being said,
The Ancient Meaning of Carnival. By Margarita Angelucci, Laura Egan Community Contribution, 4 years ago. The name Barbagia brings to mind a harsh and wild land full of ancient traditions which have been preserved since the dawn of time. Traditional Sardinian masks photographed by Luca Pisci.
Among these are the traditions associated with Carnival, or Su Carasicare in Sardinian, which bring villages to life at the island's center during this period. The masks, costumes and beliefs linked to Carnival and Barbagia are showcased in the exhibition Su Carasicare, Beyond the Masks, which is on display at co.is.it. Until March 16. The exhibition was curated by graphic designer Palesteri, with photos by Luca Pisci. Both have Sardinian origins and have been living in Australia for 18 months, first in Perth and then in Melbourne. Having always been fascinated by the traditions of his birthplace, Mr. Pisci said he returned to Sardinia to undertake research on the masks of Barbagia, where he interviewed and photographed locals.
Is it still echoing?
Made of fur, bones, and intimidating cattle bells, the costumes are very different from those associated with Carnival throughout the rest of Italy, and have an archaic air about them. Mr. Pisci's research was assisted by Salvatore Dedala, a linguist who managed to trace the origins of the masks back to the pre-Christian era by studying the etymology of Sardinian words associated with Carnival. It began with the word Carasicare, which derives from the Akkadian words Karnu M, which translates as power, and Sehu, meaning to revolt, to destroy or to desecrate. The result is the desecration of power, which has nothing to do with the Latin term carnem levar, meaning to remove meat, which is often associated with Carnival and refers to the period which precedes fasting for Lent. As Mr. Pisci explained, Carnival existed long before it was adopted by the Church as a time of indulgence before the period of penance. Its rituals are linked to the ancient myth of the eternal return, known across the Mediterranean and Middle East in similar ways, from that of Adonis in Syria to Dionysus in Greece and Mascazu in Sardinia and Harlequin in Italy. It's a myth based on that natural cycle of death and rebirth and on the idea of chaos returning to order cosmos. Similar to many other pagan traditions and celebrations, Carnival was readapted with the advent of Christianity. Unable to eliminate these rituals, which were tightly linked to popular superstitions and intrinsic to peasant civilization, the Church began to demonize them or change them in its favor. And so the masks of the Momathones, mysterious masked creatures who traditionally performed dances in fire to invoke the gods, became associated with Saint Anthony, who descended into hell to bring fire to humans. Sumeria is another mask representing the ancient god of the Sardinian mythology, linked to the worshipping of water and rain. Even today, Sumeria is central to carnival celebrations in the Sardinian town of Oniferi. It is represented by a puppet with goat horns, carried by a donkey. The puppet's face is covered by a prickly pear leaf, a natural reservoir of water. Another tradition linked to the worship of water is the Sartilia, an annual contest which takes place on the last Sunday of Carnival. The mask of Sukumponadori, representing a god on earth, is carried around without its feet touching the ground while it blesses the crowd with the Pipia de Maju. It's the etymology of the latter, opening of the heavenly sources at the hands of the shaman, which confirms the link between the worship of water and Carnival. Aside from these ancient rituals, the Church also reappropriated the words themselves. Through the monks, the only ones among the population who knew Latin, the Church could change, for example, the meaning of pagans' names, associating them with vulgar terms until they were no longer referred to. An example of this is kazoo, a Sardinian name for God. Though the passing of time has obscured the original spirit behind Karasagare, the etymology of the word still reminds us. The word mashera or mask comes from the Sumerian mas meaning pure, ka meaning word, and ra meaning channel. The result is to channel pure or candid words. Those who wear the masks, therefore, don't hide the truth, instead, they are more prepared to tell it. And that's what you do for Carnival. You wear masks to escape everyday life, you make jokes to be serious, you overturn order to then return to order. For more information on the exhibition, visit co.is.it, Museo Italiano's website.
Yeah, see, that was right on time, because but you should have got out of that. Like they say, a mask, like they say, allows those who wear it. Basically, a person who wears a mask has never, ever, ever hidden the truth. That's the time they can actually, probably be their self or speak their mind or whatever the case may be. So, those with masks don't hide the truth. Instead, they are more prepared to tell it. A person without a mask might not be as willing to, show their hand or whatever they, truly their intentions may be or whatever the case is. But most definitely, those with masks let it all hang out, so to speak. And I guess that's what this Carnival is. So obviously that's the same thing Saturnalia is. We'll be speaking on what you should obviously see. You feel me? Name another culture that does this. Because this is the first culture. This Sumerian culture, this God I knew. This is the God of that culture. This winged deity, that's what they would call it, a winged deity. So what is it now? It's still a winged deity, your gods. So there's no difference. It's just the same old style here to stay, so to speak. Matter of fact, I got one more video to kind of further that. Yeah, hold on. All right. All right. This is going to be able to connect a little more dots. So we ain't got to think I just make, I'm reaching. Are you reaching? Yeah, okay. I know most people, well, a lot of people only believe it coming from the white man. So, man, I got the white man finna back me up, dog. Ain't that crazy? I got to have the white scientists, tell you more than your senses, your two eyes can already see. I got to tell you more than that. I mean, I got to let him tell you more. Because
For Caribbean people, the word carnival Two cultural workers and researchers argue that there is more than enough evidence to show that Carnival is a product of Africa, and that it is the Caribbean people, in particular, who have enriched the festival and spread it to various parts of the globe. Carnival, its origin.
This is not the one I wanted, but I did like that. Y'all got that clip.
Edition of Carib Nation.
I like that y'all got that clip. Yeah, we had it. It's just that simple to me.
From samba blocos in Brazil to masked balls in Italy, Carnival is a truly global phenomenon, celebrated in over 50 countries around the world. Carnival originated as a pagan festival in ancient Egypt to usher out winter and celebrate the beginning of spring. When Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, the ancient Greeks adopted the festival. The Romans assimilated the festival from the Greeks, and it was later overlaid with Christian meaning to become the festival of Carnevale. The word carne means meat in Latin, and vale means farewell. In the Catholic calendar, Carnevale, farewell to meat, is a feast before the fast of Lent. In 18th century Italy, people preparing for Lent would throw indulgent fancy dress parties and gorge before the fast. As Christianity spread across Europe, so too did the celebration of Carnival. Colonization exported it across the world. Portuguese colonists took Lent to the shores of Brazil, where they had also taken an estimated 4 million African slaves. Over time, European rituals fused with African ones to create Brazil's world-famous Carnival. The flamboyant street parties are a celebration of Brazil's mixed heritage, and it's big business. In 2016, the city of Rio alone welcomed 1.1 million tourists during Carnival, contributing around $900 million to the city's economy. On the Caribbean island of Trinidad, the Festival of Lent.
Yeah. I mean, come on now, you see it in this part of the world. You see it here. You see it there. You see it everywhere. I'm talking about anciently. And I'm telling you, or I can easily show you that anciently, like I did. I just showed you the image anyways. The oldest image of the winged deity. We're talking about Anu. We're talking about the god Anu. We're talking about over in every part of the world, even India, like they're showing. What you call Mardi Gras. Which we know there was those and the people that be at Mardi Gras. You know, that's the people. You feel me? We the people. We them boys, like they say. Even in Quebec. Come on now. But I know they'll still deny it. You feel me? Some people still, want to keep everybody else in the blind, or they just really that dumb that they won't agree that we are looking at the same thing. Like I said, I had to make this meme a long time ago when I realized, I'm like, hold on. I think we need to just think, like the brother said. I'm like, this system, Native American with it, indigenous with it. They wear these feathers. Gotta think. So they got a festival nowadays, Carnival, and it's supposed to be so much different than Saturnalia. I don't see the difference. I see it the same. So like I say, like the name of the show is All Hail Anu. And I don't see it no other way. I mean, a lot of people I guess y'all think it's coincidences, but I don't see it as that. Never have, never will. But yes, you know, that's just icing on the cake. You feel me? And that's just a slice of it. So I definitely had to just do what I see ain't nobody done. Huh? You say when's the last time we worn feathers for ourselves here on Turtle Island? I mean, some people are still doing it to this day. But I mean most definitely. I mean, I can't think of a time they stopped. You feel me? And obviously they do it every Carnival, which I easily see as Saturnalia, so people can get out of the mind frame of thinking everything is pagan. We don't have to think everything, and pagan just means a country dweller or a person with old time traditions. So a person who celebrates Carnival is a pagan. You have old time traditions. As the God I knew is showing you right there on the right. And you know, like I say, even the modern people of this land and anywhere near, or all around the world, they celebrate this. So that is what it is. You feel me? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's all about remembering. You know, we ain't got to do nothing new because ain't nothing new under the sun. We're going to think we did something new. You know, even if we do it with no purpose, we're going to just be repeating something that they did with a purpose. You know, so you might as well just get on board with the ancient way. Like, you know, remember. That's what the genetics are supposed to be for. That's the benefit of having these good genes. And matter of fact, let me show one last connection. Like I said, let's see. All right. One more thing. All right. I'm gonna show you, right? Like I said, in his hand, the trident in his hand. This is ancient Sumerian god. This is Anu. Like I said, the winged deity, right? A winged god in his hand. Is the exact same symbol that is seen on this ancient Nazca line. I mean, I see the same thing as that was in the hand of the God I knew. So all around the world, they celebrate Carnival. So all around the world, they hail Anu. Anu is the Most High, which a lot of cultures and a lot of people don't realize. You feel me? And I guess, I mean, you know, that's just also where we getting, you know, words like Anu, Naki. So, yeah, that's just another way to say the Elohim. You know, so like I say once again, let me show you an image. Same trident in his hand. Ancient. And then, like I say, deeper than that, y'all doing the Carnival, you know, which obviously ain't the original name for it, even though Saturnalia wasn't the original name for what people claim Saturnalia was. It's like saying spring break. like Beach Week, you know, a lot of other ones that we have. You know, people love to have these kind of get together. So, you know, Carnival all around the world, and it is nowhere more ancient than it was in Sumeria with this God I knew. You know, and we're still doing it modernly. You know, we got to think, you know your roots and see that we all are one. It's too easy. You know, that's how we got to do. We got to sync it all together. For sure. But y'all already know. I definitely appreciate your time. I wouldn't have it no other way. Let me see. You know, peace and love.
All the time, and I swear it won't stop. People throwing shade, I be throwing sun rays. Some people want fame.